Hey guys, Stealth here, and welcome back to Transport Fever. I finally sorted out my mess, and the East Circle line is now working as intended. It is finally performing the way I wanted to do so. It is picking up passengers in Provo, Hollywood, Colorado Springs, Buffalo, Tacoma, and Rockford, and bringing them towards wherever they need to go, be it clockwise or counterclockwise. And as you can see, some of these train stations are already starting to ramp up passengers. Currently I only have one Metroliner running on each section so far, but that might go up pretty quickly. As for my other line, the Circle line that I have set up on this end, it is performing rather well. It is nowhere near the amount of income that we are getting from the other one. But as you can see, the Central line counterclockwise and the clockwise are making me about 4 million combined. And it is still going up as these towns continue to grow. Now, I still have one very old train here. This one's running on the Mesquite Mobile line. And this line is currently transporting a lot of people. There is, for Mesquite Mobile, 45 people on this end. And towards this side, we'll probably have even more. Yeah, there is, as it's being loaded into the train, about 70 people waiting. 80-ish. I've got to get this train back towards a depot and replace it with something else. And since I have a decent amount of cash, and the cash is actually coming in almost a lot faster than I can spend it, I'm going to invest in another vehicle here. So this is the Mesquite Mobile line, and this one cannot be sold. There you go. So all is right in the mobile empire of transport. I'm getting a lot of income. Not all my lines are profitable, I gotta be honest with you on that. Not all of these lines are making as much money as I would like. So we're gonna have to do a bit of analyzing and maybe some culling on the lines that are not quite profitable. But there are just not too many of those. The East Circle counterclockwise and the East Circle clockwise, these two lines are only transporting a very small amount of passengers so far. I consider this to be a future investment, because these things will start to go positive, eventually. It's not going to happen overnight, but as these towns continue to grow, and they will grow because they suddenly have connections to the outside world other than roads, that means that these lines will start to make a profit. Now, currently Beaumont is having a lot of people waiting, 242, despite me adding a few more trains in the previous episode. There's just a lot of people who want to get from Beaumont to somewhere else. And as you can see, this continues to go up. And interestingly, if you can check the red and green bars, there's consistently more people being loaded than unloaded. So people want to get from Beaumont to somewhere else. And considering that they're not exactly happy to go east, I'm thinking that they want to get to Santa Clara more than anything else. And I gotta say, I need to start investing in yet bigger trains. Because Santa Clara Little Rock has 217 people waiting there, 146 people waiting there. I need significantly bigger trains. And I also need to set up some signals on this end. Because currently we have a train waiting here for a clear path. The Santa Clara Little Rock line is one of my most important lines. So I need to make sure that this thing always gets priority over everything else. And there you go. Now it's moving off swiftly. Anyway, we need to start working on... Oh dear, we got a lot of trains heaping up here. It's the counterclockwise route. Yeah, just park along the railroad, or along the road, see if I care. Look at that, we got 3, make that 4 trains heaping up on this end. So I definitely need to start investing in bigger trains, not more. This is the counterclockwise route. This is Santa Clara Little Rock. There's 3 Little Rocks after each other. That is bad. I'd rather have one huge train pull into Little Rock here, or Rockford, and just pick up the passengers as quickly as possible, move along swiftly. Not have several trains waiting on each other like that, because that is costing me money and a lot of it. So I'm going to send you back. I'm going to send you along with your other brother, train number 8 here. I'm sorry, people of Little or of Rockford, you're going to have to wait a bit. Because we need bigger trains. And this continues to be a problem as we have yet another train here waiting for access to this track. Add some more signs towards the somewhere here along this edge of the tunnel. So we don't have to keep them waiting on this end. Or not as long anyway. Alright, you, I believe, are heading home. You must be train 10. If I can select you at all, that would be wonderful. Yes, you're train 10. How many do we have waiting here? 278? Bloody hell. We need not just bigger trains, we need significantly bigger trains. How old are you? 23 years. If that's the case, then I'm going to sell you off and buy something bigger. It is March only. So, April. I'm hoping that in 1998 I get access to a bigger train. Something along the lines of a double-decker train. But I'm not sure if that's going to happen. And I need to get these people from one side to the other side now. So, wagons. The Bombardier can carry 33 people. Load capacity of 4. So the load capacity and the loading speed should be a lot faster than the Metroliner, which only has a load speed of 5. Meaning that the trains don't have to be at the train station for as long as they do. Okay, there's going to be a sizable train here. 160. These things are pretty expensive, but I can get away with that. Because these lines are extremely profitable. Let's see. We need something that has a lot of power and preferably a bit of speed as well. This one's costing me almost 2 million a year. There's not too much in the sense of options here. 140. Let's go with the New Haven. Your Santa Clara Little Rock. Capacity 165. I may need to buy a clone of you yet. How many people do we have waiting here? 280? Bloody hell. 300 people waiting now. You're not too old yet. You're only 11 years old. That means that I can still add a few more cars to you. And hopefully stay speedy. Let's see, you should be loading quickly, but probably not too many people. Well, actually, you're getting a full load of people there. You're not as empty as I'd expected. Okay, in the meanwhile, this one has arrived. I'm going to set up those things which... Oh, that was the Metroliner itself. Not what I had intended, in the slightest. But now I can make this one another large freightliner. 165 people as well. So, Santa Clara Little Rock, have a good one. Let's see, are you making me any money yet? I don't believe that they will, but you never know. So we're going to head across the railroads here, across the tracks. This is Beaumont, I believe. No, it's Tacoma. Are you making money in Tacoma? Do people want to get to Tacoma? Is the question. Yes, they do. In good numbers as well. Because once again, you're at maximum capacity. How are you doing? 11 people. You are not going to be a moneymaker anytime soon. That is pretty clear. You are not going to be making me money anytime soon. Let's keep an eye on Santa Clara. Santa Clara is starting to drop in industrial output. It's still got an excellent rating there, but it's not as good as I would like it to be. And considering that to Santa Clara has been growing quite a bit. I don't believe that all of the buses are still catching the entirety of the area here. So, the the SC bus. There's only one bus? Are you even making me money? No, you're not. Okay. Add this one. Then that does not make any sense. You're then going to River Street, Hickory Street, Washington Street. Then, after Washington Street, you can hit up East Street, then duck back into Locust. How about taking Green with you, and then south. That should improve the line usage a bit. 30%. Construction material, 209. Those should be some profitable bus lines. Look at that, 1.18 million for Mesquite Stone. That's the large hauler that puts it in there. Let's angle it down. SC Fuel C making me about 200k. SC Construction 340k. The SC bus is just hopelessly outdated. 17 years old. But we got some better vehicles at the moment. So let's go for the new flyer. Let's set it to 25%. So it's going to buy a few more of those. Or it's going to upgrade one. And we have a few more people waiting for the SC bus here. But the SC Mesquite bus is doing even better. Let's see, SC Mesquite bus making me 100k a year. That's pretty nice. Pretty nice. I think I can do better than that though. And the game freezes up again, as per the usual. Now, I gotta say that this game has some serious performance issues every now and then. Sometimes the frame rate just completely crashes, and it makes it pretty damn difficult to keep recording good videos of it. So, I hope that that is gonna be fixed sooner rather than later, because it's getting pretty annoying. Now, I have a ton of people waiting here. Santa Clara Little Rock being one of the biggest, but also the central line counterclockwise. And I wouldn't be surprised if this one is pretty much always running at capacity. It's making me a decent amount of money. And looking at the amount of people that we have waiting at the stations here, there is definitely room for expansion. Now to make sure that I don't have to keep... oh, I have just a small section of train there. To make sure that I don't have to keep pulling tracks off, or trains off of the track, I'm going to make this another one of those big ones. And it's going to be carrying 132 people initially. Potentially going to expand that. Not sure yet. Probably will, but later. We have another train which may need a bit of a touch-up. The SC Mobile, which is still one of the old Zephyrs that we have running around. Still making me good money, despite its age. Let's see, SC Mobile. How many people want to take that route? SC Mobile. About 82, 85. Varies a bit. Where are you currently? Okay, you're making your way south. That means that you are going to pass by this depot, so that I can send you in train instead. Over here, we have about 40 people waiting. I think a Metroliner would be best suited here. Mesquite, of course, is also getting resources, which is definitely helping its growth. Turn around, turn around, turn around. Turn around. Turn around. Don't do anything silly. Don't start pushing your way through. Hang on, why do we have a train waiting here? Is that the closest you can get? You're a Little Rocker, aren't you? Yes, you are. You're a bit too far, as I'm concerned. I don't mind just you're being patient, but you're being a bit too patient. Ah. That has to do with the fact that he wants to cross over. Alright, once again I'm all over the place because there is just so much to manage. Multiple units, Metroliner. Switch to SC Mobile, there you go. 88 people waiting, that should perfectly fit in this train and have some to spare. Santa Clara doing alright on fuel, doing okay on construction materials. How many vehicles do I have roaming around doing this job? This stone line. It is significant. Mesquite Stone, making me 1.25 million a year. Now these are trucks that carry 19 bits of construction material or stone, and I already have access to bigger ones. The Freightliners. These transport 21 at a slightly higher speed, costing me only 20,000 more. So I'm going to set up a few more of these big boys. And we're going to set that to the stone line. Because I think that this thing it's barely getting enough stone. Just look at how quickly it chews through that. So the amount of stone input is definitely significant for the amount of output that this factory can give me. Unfortunately I cannot upgrade that road. These things are zipping past. As for fuel being delivered to Mesquite, looks like it's getting a decent amount of fuel. About 40%, 50%. It varies a little bit, of course. Jesus, it's only getting more. Santa Clara Little Rock line. Instead of having less people waiting here, I have more people waiting here. Add another train and they just eat them up. How are you doing? Jesus, look at this train go. This is my new train, currently only 2 years old. And it is making me a ton of money. $3.5 million, despite running costs, which run to about 2.7 million, rounded up. And still, we don't have enough capacity. Still, we don't have enough capacity on this line. The Metroliner's doing a pretty fair job. Let's see, we now have access to a new train. Could that be one of those super speedies? Yes, the Speedens Express. Top speed 240 kph. Which is still not really the speed I was looking for. I was hoping to get something a bit faster. Holy. Colorado Springs is definitely getting hungry for more transport capacity. Are you making me money yet? Yeah, a little bit. Like, really a little bit. But it's money, so I'm happy with that. And this means that it is potentially a little bit later down the line going to be interesting to add another train there. For now, let's see about another gargantuan project. I want to supply at least these 4 towns with fuel. That is going to be one big problem, or one big project. Tacoma's not getting any fuel, is it? Nope. Beaumont isn't getting any fuel either. SC Fuel B, sure, we're going to replace that. Freightliners, yes, go. What I want to do is set up a train line from this oh, we got more issues here. SC Fuel C. What I want to do is set up a train line to go from the oil well that you're looking at, this one right here, to the oil refinery on this end, and then transport everything from there by truck. Initially, we're going to have a very, very big undercapacity of transport, or of production, because I can transport these things pretty damn quickly, especially if I make it a straight line, potentially with a tunnel going underneath the other tracks. Then I'm going to have to try and get that stuff delivered towards Beaumont, Tacoma, Colorado Springs, Buffalo, and Rockford fast. So we're first going to invest in a superhighway. This is going to be a 6-lane extra large country road. We're not going to have a bus line, we're not going to have a tram line. And it's going to start up right about here. Something like this. I don't mind that these things get expensive. That is something that I'm willing to take for granted. Because of the fact that later on, these things are going to make themselves back significantly. They're going to make me a lot of money. Let's not get too overexcited with building bridges. What is wrong with you? I just want to have a straight road. Too much slope, of course. Can we add it like that? Yes, we can. Okay, so that's one bit. Then, if I want to go to Buffalo, we have a nice extension on this end. Sure, we'll go through the hill, see if I care. I'm again making money hand over fist. But I'm not too excited about continuously going underground. The game really... Seriously, I'm trying to make a straight line, and what does it do? It thinks I want to curve this thing to infinity. That is not what I had in mind. Just... There. And once again, we are not going to go with a tunnel here if I don't absolutely have to. Absolutely not, game. We're not having that. Now this is going to be one significant and one very, very important area to build. And I need to build it right. It is, for me, so significant that this thing works that I am willing to set up multiple depots. That is how much I need this thing to work out. And of course we need to have room for the for the train to arrive as well. It's not pretty, but it works. Okay, so now we can go in multiple different directions. I need to head towards Rockford as well. Continuing the superhighway. Terrain alignment collision. Get out. It's just a highway. I might be able to make use of this here. Really? Yes, really. Okay. In that case, we're gonna dip down a bit. Oh. Alright, come up for air, please. Thank you. That will do. And then add it like that to make it a bit faster to access that city. Good, that's the third one. This one's going to be a bit more challenging, I presume. Because we have all sorts of problems coming around this end. Perfect, the game didn't fight me for once. There's a first. Unfortunately though, I won't need these anymore. Unfortunately, I don't really need to make this curve, so it's a bit too much. I need to go directly towards this bit. 1 million, whatever. Alright, let's start adding the train. This is going to be a big, big train stop. Real sizable. Freight station. 240 meters. Like that. It's going to be a high-speed track, and there's going to be 2 of them. Because I need to get a lot of stuff transported here. And yes, this is going to get expensive because I am using tunnels. The reason that I am using tunnels is that I want to keep these trains running at full speed at all times. And I hope to be able to do that by the use of tunnels. Trying to fit a train station in here is not going to be pretty though. Not at all. Can we hook these things up already? Yes. Sizable investment right there. For 4 million. But I believe that this line is going to make me a lot of money. So I think it'll be worth the investments. Because this oil refinery is going to have such an incredibly high demand for its services that there's going to be a lot of traffic coming down these train lines. One there. I'm going to invest in a very pricey train here, probably multiple. And I want to upgrade all of these structures as fast as possible. Let's see, you're splitting up there. This is going to be the biggest crude line I have set up yet. Why are you not working? You're not actually accepting the split, are you? For some reason or another. There. There's a gap in my train tracks. Oh, really? You're gonna be like that? In a tunnel? Do you know how expensive those things are? I assume you don't. It simply won't let me connect to this section at all. There. Come on, you can fit. Really, you can fit. Ugh, you can't fit? How about this? Does it can make you happy? Yes? Better? What route is that train picking? Because I still think it's not picking the right section. Oh, come on. This is why I hate tunnel construction. There is no underground tool where you can just say, hey, look, I want to have a look at what's going on underneath. Like you'd have a sort of subterranean viewer in other games. Making it really bloody difficult to get these things set up properly. See, now I cannot select this thing and tell it it's a one-way stop. Or a one-way thingy. And I assume that the train is still going to pick... No, it's picking the right one. Excellent. Okay, so this is working. Right. I should be able to cram a depot up on this end. Now, as mentioned, this is going to get expensive. It's going to get really expensive. I need something that can travel at high speed and carry a lot of fuel. This is 160. This is 200. Yes, we're going to go with 200. Tank cars can only do 160, unfortunately. Now I have a capacity of 90. Let's go for 108. I'm going to set you to, I believe this is line 1. Let's rename that thing before I lose track of it. How should we call this? Let's go for Tacoma Crude. Tacoma Crude. Then set up the drop-off points, which could also be another expensive enterprise. I want to have one depot heading towards the two, actually maybe two depots heading towards the two southern sections. Hopefully they're all going to be in the catchment area here. The reason I'm going with this many is that this way I won't have too many trucks overlapping and getting in each other's way. That's the thought process behind that. And the refinery itself should be able to figure out where exactly it's needed. Okay, where's your industry? Looks like this is it. Or at least a bit of it. Do you have any more? Sure you have any more on the other side of town, of course. Because why make life easy if you can make it difficult? Excuse me, challenging. Really? This is a perfect location though. Fine. Take your road and put it somewhere else. And I want to make sure that my vehicles can actually get there pretty quickly. This should help out with that. Right. Truck stop. Okay. So that's one. We're going to be using this one. You get to deliver there and there. You get to figure out which one is which. So this is Colorado Springs fuel. And since I already have a depot there, I'm going to set you up with 2 trucks initially. How much do you need? Colorado Springs? 123. That should do it. So you are Colorado Springs fuel. Checked off 1. Buffalo. How is your industry? Where is it located? And how much do I need to pay to get a truck stop there pretty close, if at all possible? Terrain alignment issues. And this will work. I know I can still drop off stuff at bus stops. I don't believe that that's been patched yet, but I still consider it a bit of cheating. I don't think that would actually work in the real life. I mean, just imagine a truck stopping at a bus stop and going, hey, how would you like to get 50 barrels of fuel? I mean, that doesn't make sense, so we're not going to do that. Let's see, I already used one of them. I think it's that one, so this one's going to be next. 1 and 2. This is a Buffalo fuel. Buffalo? Really? Buffalo. It's with an A, not an O. There you go. Next, I'm going to pick the eastbound one. This is going to go towards... Is that Rockford? Yes. Rockford, where's your industry, buddy? Where is your industry? Down there? How much can we catch? A decent amount. That's not all of it. This is also industry. This is industry. Jesus Christ, man, you have industry all over the place. Somebody has to introduce to you the concept of centralization. Because your decentralized setup makes it really difficult for me to provide every single bit of this town with fuel. Because you don't capture everything at all. So I'm going to have to go with 3 truck stops, maybe even 4 on this end. Or I'm going to have to tell some of this industry to take a hike and relocate. Screw it, let's do it. Okay, you're going to stop there, you're going to stop there, and you're going to stop there. This is Rockford fuel. Rockford fuel. I should have a depot somewhere here. There you go. Rockford is already quite big, so I'm going to give you 4 trucks. You are set up for Rockford fuel. Before I forget, I didn't get any to Buffalo. Buffalo is not that big, needing about 104, so 3 of them should do it. That's Buffalo fuel. And then for the big one, Tacoma. I hope that their industry is a bit more centralized. Which it is. They have it all nicely geared up around this section. So hopefully, with a few truck stops, I can catch most of it. See, that's not too bad. That's 1. If If I go expensive, I can put it right smack in the middle of it and catch everything. That is actually pretty appealing. How about here? 2.5 million, 4 million, 3. Ooh. See, I don't really find any other good spots to put my stop. Unless this is big enough for a road. Medium street. Yes, it will be. Does this work? Reasonably well. This is a big truck stop. I'm expecting a lot of truck stop deliveries there. And then we're going to set up this one as a bit of an overlap. Yep, that should do it. Now Tacoma is going to be demanding a ton of fuel. Because it's a big town. So Tacoma fuel. How much do you need? 358. See, that is where it gets interesting. So, let's relocate this depot. Four trucks for you. Initially, none of these are going to be profitable. Absolutely not a single one. Reason being that this oil well cannot provide anywhere near enough crude oil. Not anywhere near enough. Then the refinery is going to run into trouble. The refinery needs to learn that all of these trucks are going to come knocking and that they want fuel. Then it's going to demand more crude oil, and with more crude oil demanded, this oil well should pick up production. And it's probably going to go somewhere into the range of the 800s. That's where I'm expecting it to go. But that is going to be something that we're going to have a look at next time around. This gargantuan project is now underway, and I wonder how fast we're going to see a return on investment. Pretty soon, I hope. As for the railroads, the central line is making good money. The clockwise line is more or less profitable, and the counterclockwise line not so much yet. Hopefully, that's going to change as these towns get more fuel. But we'll be back for more of this stuff next episode. So thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you soon for more Transport Fever.